trying to use the worst camera angle I can think to do.
Well, yeah, we're a little bit unprepared ourselves. Grant's in Puerto Rico, and he's
Okay.
the man who's on the ones and twos.
Mm-hmm.
And, we don't have that set up. And Ryan's just straight up, he's on the phone. So
yeah, I might walk around my apartment while we do this podcast.
Yeah, Ryan might go for a drive,
yeah.
Might crack a beer, go for a drive midway through the pod.
Well,
I've never thought about.
Go ahead.
I was just saying I've never thought about using Zoom on my phone because I feel like there's certain things I want my laptop for and certain things I want my phone
well,
for.
I wanted to use my laptop, but it's just straight up not turning on right now. So I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta get a new laptop, man.
It's awesome having like being this age and just not knowing how technology works at all. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I heard that happens when you download too much child pornography. Your laptop doesn't turn on.
Damn, dude.
I just have that about my laptop. I'm like porn's off limits on the laptop. That's like phone business.
Oh, is it? Oh, real interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like the laptop is more of the porn
really
device. Yeah.
I'll go on. Yeah. I'll bring porn on the laptop and I'm like, this is crazy, man. You're getting
really.
You gotta lay down.
Yourself.
You lay down. You're comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Porn on the laptop is like the movie theater experience,
Right.
Like it's more of an event. You got to have the house to yourself and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a little too good. You know what I mean?
Have you guys ever paid for porn?
I gotta be honest, I haven't.
I haven't either.
I still just Google big boobs on Google. I just big ass. I've been on the same wave since I've been in 4th grade.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm looking at the same pair of big titties that I've been looking at, and since I was 12 years old. It's awesome.
Just Tommy Googling pussy anatomy photo.
Yeah, yeah.
Jerking off to a textbook.
Yeah, it's awesome, dude. Awesome. Should we get going on this pod though?
Yeah, let's kick it off.
Grant, you want to kick us off?
Sure, yeah. Hey, everybody. Welcome to We Cool Podcast where we apologize and demand apologies and read anonymous listener apologies. I'm your host, Grant. Here in Puerto Rico, we got Tommy and Ryan and special guest, Mike Recine on the podcast. What's up, Mike?
Hello. It sounded like you said Puerto Rico for a second. Like,
yeah. That's what they call Epstein's Island.
Yeah. Puerto Rico?
That's Jewish. That's Jewish Puerto Rico.
Yeah, Grant's on the Hispanic side of Las Vegas right now. They call it Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
They've got slot machines and fucking bingo. It's great.
Yeah.
Or like a Puerto Rico where everyone wears corduroy.
Yeah.
Kind of fun.
There you go.
That was what I was thinking.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. Puerto Ricans like here have swag, but in interesting ways. Like the fedora is a real big thing here. It's non-ironic fedora. So I'm probably gonna get me one or two of those and bring that style back to the States.
Dude, I went to Puerto Rico a few years ago, and I was wearing a hat. I was wearing a little fedora. I mean, it is, that's what you got to do there.
I guess that's the place to do that, right? Out of the country.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can become a different guy when you're on vacation for 4 days. It's really great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nice and greasy, and just it's awesome, man. It's 80 degrees. It's beautiful. I don't know. We'll see. The neighbors at this Airbnb that I'm at were just blaring, Puerto Rican music pretty much all day from sunrise. Can you hear it right now? Or
no? What do you mean by Puerto Rican music, by the way? Like,
well, I mean. Just
explain
picture what you think of, and that's about it.
Well, no, I'm just curious what.
Yeah, give us a little taste.
Yeah.
Give us a little taste.
Make the noises with your mouth.
Make the noise and then try and do the rapping.
Yeah. They're playing Hanson. Grant just never heard Hanson before. This fucking Puerto Rican music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of white women listening to Mbop. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, yeah. Well, so this is the podcast where we apologize for things, Mike.
Okay.
We demand apologies. Listeners write in apologies. I don't know. Off top, do you have anything that you would like to apologize for, or maybe has anyone wronged you in the past few weeks? Any apologies you would like to demand?
Some guy said "fuck you" to my dog this week, which is yeah. So I would demand an apology from that guy.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Someone called my girlfriend a for not wearing a mask.
Really?
Yeah, and then she told me, and I was like, that's kind of it's a little funny though.
Yeah, she came home and told you the story like she was the victim.
Yeah. Yeah, some guy
like,
on a bike was just like,
no.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, all right, that kind of sucks.
So it was outside. It was outside.
Yeah, outside. Yeah, exactly, outside.
She wasn't wearing a mask outside.
You know, which is fine.
Right. What I understand, it's almost impossible to catch COVID outside.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what that's what I've been hearing.
Yeah.
So it's also impossible to catch it if you don't get tested, which is
It's also impossible to get it if you go to an open mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're doing open mic comedy, I think I think
right.
You're also safe.
You're safe. If you're headlining for the first time, it's your first big headlining weekend
fine.
that your family comes to. That's a super spreader. But open micers are like immune to it.
Mm-hmm. And if I'm hosting a show in Bushwick, then it's it really doesn't exist there.
Yeah,
so,
you're good.
Yeah,
you're safe.
Mm-hmm.
Why did a guy say "fuck you" to your dog, Mike?
Just because I was like coming out of the building and this woman was coming into I was coming out of my building. This woman was coming into my building, so I held the door for her, and I'm like holding the door, and my dog was on like a long leash, and I guess the dog like jumped on her, and I was like, "Oh, sorry," and she was like, "Oh, it's fine." And then her boyfriend was in the front seat of the car, and he opens the door. He's like, "Yo, that's my girl," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And then my dog starts barking at him, and he's like, "Yeah, fuck you."
Like, this was an altercation. This was shit talking between the dog and this guy.
Yeah, just beefing with the dog.
Yeah, it was just between my dog and this guy.
Yeah, and you're like, this is between you guys, really,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I don't know. Like I said, I was sorry, but then I kind of like, I don't know. You always like feel like a bitch if you don't do anything, So I called the cops on him.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah.
I said that he catcalled my 17-year-old daughter.
There you go.
And they threw him, and then he died in prison.
Yeah.
You got to do something. When you're a man, you got to do something.
You gotta do something, man.
You can't just let it slide.
Yeah.
Standing your ground.
But I wanted to like, and then I did a lap with my dog, and then I came back and his car was still double parked. Mm-hmm. So I was like standing outside the thing. I was like waving at him to say like I'm sorry, but I wanted him to roll down the window and be like, "Oh, so you're like a tough guy," because that'd be fun because he was little,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you like Mike? Are you the type of guy who will like get in people's faces like that in that scenario, or
not? I mean, no, but like I feel like I'm like overdue for a confrontation like
you
that.
Gotta be a little bit. You'll run into. You can't. Yeah, like you have to be a little bit confrontational, like just in New York, because someone will just be mean
ask for no reason. Yeah,
someone will just be. You'll meet the meanest person ever, and you'll just have to be like, "Come on, get it." You gotta be like, "Come on, dude."
Right.
I'm tired. Please stop.
Well, it's Mike, very jarring. Yeah.
Do you run through the fantasies like when you don't confront someone? Then in your brain, are you like, "Yeah, if he fucking said this, I would have done this,"
Yeah, kind of. But I also kind of like felt bad for the guy. And then I saw his girlfriend coming out, and I apologized. She was like very nice. I apologized to her. She's like, "Oh, don't worry about it." I go, "Sorry again about the dog," and she's like, "Don't worry about it." And then she had to go back to her little punk ass boyfriend.
Dude, I got an apology to demand. There was just last night or a couple nights ago, there's just sewage leaking from my bathroom. Me and my girlfriend, we live in Bed-Stuy, and sewage coming from the bathroom fan, and there is just straight up sewage in the bathroom. And then I call like, the landlord's office, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't like." Then you get like put on like, on just like their voicemail, and they're not even open on the weekends. Yeah. So I want to demand an apology. Like, I think you should be if you're running,
What kind of landlord is not open on the weekends?
right?
No,
That's what I'm saying. I work at a restaurant. Yeah.
No, we know who you
Oh
are.
yeah. but like every restaurant's open 7 days a week. You know,
Yeah.
just get a guy if you're running like multiple properties.
Yeah.
In New York.
Well, it's crazy. It's crazy that they already have your money and now they don't want to deal with something extra.
Oh, I'm gonna see if I can like not pay rent. I'm gonna be like, yeah, we had like $5,000 worth of towels in the bathroom, and I have to replace those. So
yeah.
So either you pay me the $10,000 worth of towels that I had really nice towels.
Yeah, you're like,
I'm not gonna pay rent this month.
You're like, yeah, I sell towels on eBay, and this has actually bankrupted my small business that was really successful. And
I had a $400 toothbrush that got shit on it. I'm literally gonna see
there's
how.
There's also emotional damage. I fucking cried in front of my girlfriend. Now she won't look me in the eye anymore.
Yeah. She broke up with me, so I'm gonna need a new girlfriend.
Yeah.
So that cost me at least $2,000.
I had a landlord like 2 apartments ago, and he drove a Range Rover, and he wore like shiny shirts. Like it was just like he was such a disgusting person to look at. And one time he had to come to my house, and he showed up in his Range Rover with his like fancy clothes, and I don't know what the point I'm trying to make there is.
It pissed you off.
It pissed me off. Yeah.
At least have the like common courtesy to look to be wearing shitty clothes. Dress down.
Exactly. Dress down like the Hasids do, and we can have a mutual respect for each other.
Yeah.
That should be. You should look worse than me if you're coming into my apartment.
If you're a landlord, you can only wear swimming trunks and like a cutoff tee.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, you shouldn't be wearing cologne when you come into my place.
Dude, a lot of Hasidic people are in my neighborhood in Bed-Stuy, and just like during Halloween, a lot of people were like dressed up, and I would like see a Hasidic guy and be like it like throws you off a little bit because like you're like, oh, that's a costume. Oh no, that's just like their deal.
Yeah.
They're just weird.
That brings us. It brings us nicely into what you were wanting to talk about, Tommy. The Macklemore thing.
Oh yeah, this popped in.
Well, no, but real quick. So speaking of Halloween, so there used to be a guy on the train. I don't see him anymore, but he was a victim of like an acid attack or something, or like his face got burned or something.
Okay.
So I always thought it'd be funny to like if you see him on Halloween to go up and be like, "Ooh, spooky."
Yeah, just give him candy. Don't even say anything. You just go around New York, giving the most fucked up people just like little crunch bars and shit.
Oh, so realistic.
The most like twisted woman with like a hunchback and like a literal eye falling out of her socket. Be like, here's a fucking Twix. Good job.
That is
just a guy
quality makeup.
Just a guy in a wheelchair you're giving candy to. You're like, you're crushing this shit, man.
Are you a transformer? Are you halfway through transformation?
Yo, this guy turns into a robot eagle when he fucking.
Do you think people get mad if you had a wheelchair, if you were riding around in a wheelchair on Halloween?
Why would they get mad?
I don't know. Is that like crossing the line? Would they be like, that's ableist now? But you're like, no, I'm the guy in Forrest Gump.
Yeah, you're taking a level of privilege away.
Yeah.
All right. I'm glad that's settled then. All right. Well, speaking of the Hasidics, so this popped up on my Twitter.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. This popped up on my Twitter feed, and Mike, you might want to get on the ones and twos and Google this yourself a bit, but this resurfaced. This happened a few years ago, but Macklemore plays dress up and lands in hot water. Macklemore apologizes for anti-Semitic Jew costume.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And so give it a goog, because it's he claims he didn't know.
Wait, what?
What was he dressing up as?
He claims to just be like, hey, I thought like hair and a big nose and a witch's nose and a beard. I thought that was just like funny.
Get out of here.
I swear to God.
Thumbnail I just texted you.
If this guy came to my house trick or treating, I'd be like, and you're a princess, and you're a robot, and you're a Jew.
when I was in the 3rd grade, I thought that I was Jewish.
Dude, he's gonna do a complete 180 and just write a song about how Israel's actually right.
Yeah.
Like, when I was in 3rd grade, I thought that I was Jewish because I was always cold and I would send my food
Because I
back
was
all the
very
time.
sick.
My stomach hurt all the time.
But I mean, it really is like, I mean, how do you not know?
It's pretty bad.
I mean, I initially saw it and I was like, oh, is that just Lil Dicky, you know?
Yeah. Just not dressed up. Yeah.
Yeah. Macklemore tweeted, he goes, a fake witch's nose, a wig, and a beard equals random costume. Not my idea of a stereotype of anybody.
Get out of here.
No, it's the fucking best.
Okay, I wasn't doing blackface. I just happened to have black shit all over my face, and I drew huge lips on my face. But that's not racist. I was being funny.
That's so much worse.
Yeah.
That's so much worse because it's like just be like, look, it was 2013. It was a different time. We thought it was okay, you know. Like this is him like doubling. It's so cowardly to be like, that's not a Jew.
Yeah.
I'm not dressed up as a Jew.
Also, this happened like height of like Macklemore, you know, when he's like he's on his like full on like white feminist, you know, vibe.
Yeah.
It is so funny to imagine someone like dressing up like that and then just like going to synagogue and like just trying to fit in. You know?
Yeah, he goes to Sizzler at 5 p.m.
I think Bono used to do the same exact thing, but he would do it so that he could operate in the world without being seen, like wearing a disguise.
So he could get on. He could get into certain meetings.
Yeah, I think
he can operate in business incognito mode.
It was actually an alter ego. He was like, that's like his superhero costume as he dresses up like a Jewish man, you know?
Yeah.
About that scene in Aladdin where Princess Jasmine goes to the marketplace, she disguises herself, she puts on a big fake nose. Just a giant latex nose. No, I'm not the princess. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. Do we accept his apology? He did apologize.
No.
He claims he didn't know. You know. I mean, what do we think?
No, on behalf of the Jewish community, no. Yeah.
we don't accept it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's crazy because people are like more forgiving than you think. I think for the most part, like generally on like a person to person level, and I feel like most people would be like, all right, yeah, that's a little all right, but you apologized and you know why it's wrong.
Yeah.
So it's just weird to be like, I'm not dressed up as a Jew.
I mean, it's crazy to be dressed up like that and also being a rapper and being like, yeah, like I love money. You know what I mean? Like I have so much money in concert.
Oh yeah. I'm going to the thrift shop.
Yeah, I'm going. You know.
Well, I mean that checks out, I guess. But so Bono would do the same thing. He got in a bike crash dressed up as a Hasidic Jew, and nobody knew it was Bono because he was dressed up like a fucking Jew. And that seems like reasonable actually to me. That seems like a legitimate. This doesn't
sound real. What you're saying to me right now.
Also, somebody like is coming upon him, you know, and he's like in the crash or whatever, and they're like, "Is that Bono?" And so he's like, "No, dude, Bono's not Jewish." Like, no.
Also, it is funny to like just like get into any like altercation, but like be in costume, and you know. It's a way he's like, yeah, I dress up as a Hasidic just in case, like, you know, I fuck up in any way. It's like, yeah, that wasn't me. That was another guy.
Yeah.
Well, this is funny because this was in like 2014. This happened, and Bono, like, it doesn't seem like he had to apologize for anything of the sorts, you know. So I don't know, man. Bono might just be more untouchable than Macklemore. He's probably. Do you think they're equally hated or what?
Well,
like,
that's still kind of weird for him to do that. Like you can have a disguise. It doesn't have to be a Hasidic Jew, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Just put on just have like a mustache and wear funny glasses.
Yeah, just be a biker. Or just get you and the Edge can be a horse and just walk around. You know?
Yeah.
Be two halves of a horse. You're just a talking horse.
I can't believe that's real. That Bono thing.
Yeah, he got in a crash so bad that he broke his arm and had to have surgery on it. But yeah, I don't know, man.
I mean, you get that big as a rock star celebrity, and you just kind of do just wild shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that is, you get to a certain level of fame and it's just seeing what you can get away with.
Yeah. Every day
want...
is just like what's some just like, because that's the only goal for the day. You know, you don't have to like go grocery shopping or like do laundry. You're just like, let's do drugs and just be fucking weird or something.
I love to imagine that for like Bono, he was like so famous that like dressing up as a Hasidic Jew was like a fulfilling thing for him. You know, like it's like I'm reaching enlightenment.
Reconnecting with his roots.
Also, another thing is like Macklemore, like this came up. I don't know why this came up on my Twitter feed. I think someone was just like fucking making fun of him. But like the only capacity I see Macklemore now is like he'll just be like, hey, we're doing a concert for Chase Bank. You know, it's going to be online. Like, he's not even like a rapper anymore. He's just like a corporate like entity or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, he just kind of like cashed in all of his chips with like just the media and not even like fans, you know?
Well, he's like the perfect, like, I don't know, like center Democrat idea, you know, where it's just like, yeah, you're like a corporate shill, but you know, you also say like gay people are good.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dude, I remember I have two, so my aunts are gay. And I remember when that song Same Love came on, they were like giving me a ride. I was like, they live in Chicago. And I was like, you know, they were like driving me around. They were like, Tommy, listen to this song. And I was like, this song fucking sucks. I was like in 8th grade. I was like, this shit's so stupid. And they're like, this is about us. And I'm like, this is bad, man. Let's listen to Lil Wayne. Come on. I don't like it. All right. So so on behalf of the Jewish community,
you're like, Lil Wayne raps about you guys too.
I was like, listen to this Jay-Z song 444, where he starts talking about how Jews own the property or whatever. All right. So
yeah, I'm not interested in accepting an apology from Macklemore. I'll be honest.
You know what? We all make mistakes. All accept an apology.
He also apologized later in the article. He also apologized for having the song called White Privilege. So he makes a song about white privilege, and then like Kendrick Lamar gets mad at him, and he's like, all right, sorry about that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Very, very cool couple of years for our boy.
He also did that really whack shit when he screenshotted his own text to Kendrick saying he should have won Album of the Year. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Like,
I remember that.
Fucking Macklemore sucks.
On behalf of the Hasids everywhere.
Yeah, not accepted.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing that we wanted to talk about, Mike, was that you brought up the other day was Patton having to apologize for taking the selfie with Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
That seems so dumb to me, man. Like, why do? Isn't it obvious that they're just friends? Like, what? I guess I don't get it. It's kind of a bummer.
I mean, Patton's an elderly lesbian woman, you know.
Yeah.
So he has a community to defend on Patton's, behalf.
Patton's retweeted me a couple times in the past couple weeks, so I don't know if I can join. I don't know if I can do any Patton slander.
I'm not interested in slandering Patton.
I gotta kiss the ring. Yeah.
I honestly think it sucks that people give that much of a shit about it. It seems like just a rad opportunity.
I think Patton's great. Like, he's like a great comic and hilarious. It just like it is weird that like.
I guess the thing though, nobody known better though.
Nobody even really gives a shit though. It's just like a clout thing for the most part. I feel like, where it's like, does anybody really give a fucking shit that Patton Oswalt took a picture with Dave Chappelle?
Yeah, no one. I don't know. No one that I knew was like, "This is
You,
bad."
you have to be so insane for that to be like, yeah, I'm upset. I'm like genuinely upset about this. This
Yeah.
fucking made me furious. Like what?
But maybe it's different for Patton because people feel like he's sort of like an ally because he's sort of
Sure.
you know, he's kind of outspoken about that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Whereas if it was any of us, people would be like, yeah, of course you take a photo with Dave Chappelle because you have nothing else going on. You know?
Yeah, and you have no values or morals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just you're a little leech that leeches on for whatever you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably said that you hate trans people too in the green room. You know, everybody would.
I like the photo. He's like writing. He's got the pad out. You know, I just like want to start like posting all my photos where I'm just like, you know, I'm writing it out. I'm writing it out first on a legal pad, you know, before I send this one off.
I guess like I feel like how did he not think that people weren't going to get pissed off by that photo?
Yeah, that's true.
Did he post the photo?
Yeah.
Yeah, he posted the photo, and then his other photo, he's writing on a legal pad, and he's like, "Hey, you know, I disagree with my friend Dave. You know, he's like, I love trans people, but my friend Dave hates trans people." And it's like, I don't even think Dave said he did. I don't even think that's true at all either.
Yeah.
I just want to post a picture of like I'm writing on the legal pad and I'm just like, "Happy birthday to my girlfriend," and it's just like only pictures of me on a legal pad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're right though, Mike. Like, it does seem like, how could he not know? Maybe that's another thing of that like fame stuff is like, how would you not know that you were just gonna like ignite everybody on Twitter against you in one single post?
Because I feel like I saw that post before people got mad at it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I don't know about this one. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. But again, maybe it is like, because Patton is fucking up there, right? I mean, he's like celebrity status, so he's probably. I don't know. I don't know. It might just link back into like the dressing up like a Jew thing. Like people don't once you get to that level of fame, you're like disconnected maybe from like how people are actually talking and interacting with stuff.
Do you guys have any friends that are like problematic or that people kind of like don't like?
Yeah, Ryan, my friend Ryan here.
Oh yeah. Ryan really lets it fly. Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan.
Definitely. Yeah. There's you know, people in the community, of course, that like are upsetting to like I feel like we do a pretty good job of being friends with most of the like spectrum of people, from like problematic to super woke. But
what's crazy for me is that like, I don't know if this is like, if you know, if it's the same for you guys, but like the people who are the most like in touch in my life are, you know, and are like aware of like other people's sensibilities, even though are comedians, you know what I mean? Like those are the people who are like most in touch with like, I think like this is off, I think you can kind of say this or whatever. It's like my friends like, you know, in Minneapolis who have 2 Instagram pictures up, they're not even online, and they're just like, you know, I'll go like hang and drink with them, and I'm like, and it's wild, it's still like 2014 in like that circle, you know, which is like really funny. So those are the people, but other than that, like, because I just hang out with like open mic comics, and everyone kind of is aware of like, what's going on, I'd say.
It feels like, I think like a lot of the people who are most vocal about there's just certain people who are the most vocal about they want to fight against like things like we know a bunch of people who are probably super pissed about the Patton selfie. You know, I'm thinking of like one person.
I think people just thought it was funny.
No, but comics who are like I saw one of our friends who's like a super wokester, like going after Sam Talent for opening for Tim Dillon.
Oh,
like
yeah.
going in on him on Instagram, and it's just like, why do you fucking care? Like, why do you care so much about this? I don't know. That's maybe I'm wrong, but
Yeah, I don't know. She got mad at me too. When I opened up for Tim,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
and I was like, "Come on, man, let me hang out." Like,
Yeah.
come on, dude, I'm just trying to hang out, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just very like I don't know. It's tough to make because you have to make those calls. You have to figure out like who you're going to be publicly friends with and who you're going to like kind of, not like
Yeah.
maybe distance yourself from a little bit or not be like, hey, it's just got done saying the N-word with Anthony Cumia for an hour and a half. You don't want to do that, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to make those decisions, and like I totally understand why people get upset with Tim, but I think at the end of the day, he's still a comic, and he's still trying to find the funny things to say, and it's like, yeah, sometimes we try stuff and it doesn't work. It's too harsh. It's whatever. It's not correct or.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, he's still trying to be funny. He's still trying to make people laugh and not stir up shit or be like willfully ignorant, I think.
Yeah, Ryan, I'm gonna
So-
post a picture with you and then apologize in another post
Yeah, please
immediately
do.
after.
Yeah, call me retarded in the post too.
I'm gonna call my friend Ryan, and then I'm gonna immediately be like, "I'm sorry for posting a picture with Ryan. I didn't know he was short. I thought, sorry."
Yeah, I guess it's just weird to me, like when it's a comic who doesn't give somebody the grace of like the acknowledgement that you just made, Mike, of like being like he's a comic and he's trying to do something funny, and if it's a swing and a miss, like aren't you kind of just supposed to like roll with that and let that happen instead of like freaking out and telling them they can't say shit? I don't know.
That's what I think. Yeah. And but a lot of people who do get upset about this stuff are like just kind of shameless careerists that think it's going to be good for I was talking to Sam J about that last night. It's like people like comics will sometimes attack other comics because they think it's going to be good for them or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that needs to be kind of.
I think like questioning motives in like comics or performers is like always good, because I think you'll have that on the opposite end too. You know, like there are I think a lot of comics are like doing comedy just because we like doing comedy, but you'll have that on all ends where it is like you'll have like people like grifting and saying things just to get ahead in like certain markets. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I do
think
that,
like
dude.
I think like kind of questioning that and like on like a bunch of sides is good,
Yeah.
because like Sam J is right. Like, people do that.
Yeah.
They'll just like their whole like Twitter feed is like, this is bad.
Yeah.
These things are bad. And it's like, anyways, I run a podcast where we talk about socialism, but really we just talk about TV shows. And you're like, what's going on here, man?
Yeah, it's like how can you still be a comedian at that point? Like you don't do comedy. You're auditing the comedy scene at that point.
I don't know, man. I've noticed like just like doing mics around New York, it's been really like everyone's been pretty cool, I think. There hasn't been, I don't think that exists. I think that kind of like exists online a lot, and then like in person, it's kind of fine.
You think New York is a little bit more lax than like Minneapolis?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a lot more fun to do.
Yeah, because Minneapolis is just all fucking like progressive white people that are like, well, you can't say that. Whereas like New York seems like a true melting pot where it's like, no, we all say it to each other. Or, you know what I mean? Like it's.
Yeah. It's it's more fun, I'd say. Yeah. You don't make any money. I mean, you make money like doing comedy in like the Midwest,
But it's like more, I guess what I'm trying to say is it's more like authentic than like, I don't know. A lot of like the Minneapolis stuff feels performative sometimes.
I think in New York, I don't know, Mike, I'm just doing like open mics right now mainly, and then maybe a bar show a week or so. And I think in smaller scenes, people get into a smaller scene for like a sense of community, and then you don't have a super strong sense of community because there's so many comics in New York. So it's just it's just weirdos who are like really obsessed with comedy. It's just like
Yeah.
insane people who just like jokes a lot, which is like a great thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't get as much of like people being upset, and I don't know.
The people who are there for like a social like community hangout, basically, like.
Yeah, and it is social in New York too, but there is like there's still the obsession of like comedy, and you don't, in smaller scenes, you don't get people who are obsessed as much. You know, they just kind of like to hang out, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of maybe the difference, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. There's
But
probably
I don't know, man. I'm just 15 years old. What would I know, man? this is just my Disney Channel movie. Okay.
They should make a Disney Channel movie like that, like a Camp Rock, but it's you just getting spit on at open mics in New York City.
Yeah.
Contracting COVID.
Yeah, this is the story of my crazy summer, you know? And then some like guy calls me the N-word at an open mic, and I'm like, oh my God.
Somebody,
Jesus Christ.
Somebody calls you a white N-word. Yeah.
Right. I'm like, oh fuck. All right.
Hey, could you
like,
please
awesome.
stop?
That's a credit.
Yeah, he's like writing home to his mom. He's like, someone called me a white N-word today.
I think I'm gonna make it.
Mom. Yeah. Little things like that keep you going.
I was doing this like I was like you know, do you ever do Grove 34, Mike?
No.
In Queens?
No.
Oh, it's a nice little room. I think I think the Cumtown, like I think Nick and Stavros used to do Funny Moms there, or Adam and Stavros.
Oh.
Anyways, it's like a nice
Queens?
little space. Huh?
In Queens?
Yeah, in Queens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's this like mic afterwards, you know, and it's like a black room, you know, and I immediately go there and someone's like, damn, dude, you look like a fucking cartoon character. And I'm like, tight, dude. This is tight.
Yeah.
So when am I going on last? Very cool. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Like, damn, you look the Mad Magazine. And I'm just like, awesome, dude. I love hanging out with my boys. I feel like we're all really connecting right now. I mean,
you do look like emaciated Elmer Fudd right now, Tom.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just like immediately step in, just like in the roast zone. I'm just like, nice, dude. I love. I'm gonna get a beer. I'm gonna leave immediately.
Yeah. What's it been like? I know like you guys are kind of shut down a little bit over the past couple weeks. Is comedy happening right now in New York?
It's back, baby. We're all getting COVID.
Yeah. I did like 4 shows this weekend and nobody was wearing a mask, and then I hung out in very close quarters after the show. I kind of just want to get this variant, get it over with. Although I do have a family, but I also need to like work, and there's no, you know.
No, yeah, and also like they're not gonna pay anybody to stay home or anything, so it's just like, you got to keep hanging out. Like I'm not gonna go to work all day, and then like be responsible in quarantine. Like I've already like been in contact with so many people. Like I'm going to like enjoy my life. So yeah, it's been great.
It is funny.
Some shows have been fun this week.
Everybody I know, and I'm trying to do this too, but it seems like everybody I know is trying to get COVID now, just to get like 5 days off of work. Like I'm trying to do that. I'm kissing people at the Mall of America. It's great.
I think I said this like I don't know. My opinion has become, whoever has a stronger opinion about COVID, that's what my opinion becomes. So if I'm hanging out with someone who's like, I don't give a fuck, just give me the fucking variant. I'm like, yeah, dude, that shit's dumb as hell, you know? And then if someone's like, we have to like be social, and I'm like, yeah, for sure. We gotta be on it, you know? Yeah.
I'm like that for the most part. Somebody had a show last night. After the show, they were like, yeah, well, the vaccines don't work. And I was just like, I don't know if I can agree. You know, like I'm a pretty agreeable guy, but I don't know about that, man. That's like,
yeah, that's.
But you're such a
like,
product of like,
whatever.
Product of your environment. Like when I'm in my neighborhood in Brooklyn, like everybody's wearing masks all the time, and I'm like, like of course I would wear a mask everywhere, and like I won't leave my house without one. And then I was in Nashville, and I was just kind of like, yeah, it is kind of gay to put this thing on.
Dude,
live your life like a coward, you know.
Mike, you ever step inside a bodega and like no one's wearing masks and like
Yeah,
you take
except
off
you.
yours and you're like, yeah, I don't want to be the gay guy here.
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah,
guess-
yeah.
like you immediately feel like it's like such a bitch. Like everyone's
Yeah.
just maskless and you're like, I'm really sorry about that, guys. I didn't want to come in here and offend you guys like that.
I guess it is kind of like a tough guy thing, maybe to like you're like not supposed to be afraid of. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Microbiology.
and it's also like you don't want to appear different, you know.
Yeah,
So if like
that's
you're in a
the
grocery
main
store and
thing,
everyone's
right?
wearing a
Like,
mask, you don't want to be the other.
yeah.
Right. Because I went to Skankfest and I got really sick, and it wasn't COVID. I got tested for COVID, but yeah, I don't know how I went to a festival called Skankfest and got sick. But
Yeah.
I was sick for like over a week, and there's part of you that's like, nah, just my body will like fight this off, and you like don't want to go to the doctor because you're that's kind of a sign of weakness to be like, can I have an appointment for the doctor? I'm here to see the doctor.
Yeah. I got sick for like 2 weeks but it wasn't COVID. And it's like, part of me is like, how have I haven't gotten this thing yet? You know?
You haven't had it at all?
I haven't had it at all. And I get tested, because I have free tests at work at the restaurant I'm at, except for the rapid test.
The do it yourself test?
Yeah, the do yourself. And I don't trust the rapid test. I got to be honest.
No, well, they have
That's my
like
conspiracy.
a 60% accuracy rate or something. It's like that's not even anything.
I don't know. I go into this one rapid test at this one clinic because I was like so sure I had it, and she just like barely stuck the thing up my nose, and I was like, "Come on, man, we gotta."
So I had to get a negative test to come here to Puerto Rico, and I waited in line for like 2 hours at the Minneapolis Convention Center to get one, like a rapid test. Turns out they're just the at-home tests that they're giving you as like the government testing are just like the little ones that you put in the cardboard clippy thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, I mean, what they seem like shitty tests to me. I don't know why. It's all fake.
It seems like
it's jumping through hoops so that you can like have the piece of paper that says you did it. Like
it seems like an at-home like test you would buy your like toddler, like pretend to do a COVID test.
Yeah, Fisher-Price
like
COVID test.
Yeah, like it seems very flimsy.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah,
dude, I want to get COVID so bad, man. I don't want to fucking work this week.
Dude, you get the week off.
Yeah,
I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I haven't had it yet either. Yeah. Mike, did you get it? Have you had it?
I got it a year ago. Yeah, and I tested negative. I paid $200 for a rapid test, and I tested negative because I was feeling sick, and I was like, "Oh, sweet, I'm just sick, and I can relax."
Mm-hmm.
So I like had COVID, not knowing that I had it because my wife tested positive like a couple weeks later. So I was like, and then they were like, "Oh, that must have been when you were sick. That must have been COVID."
Yeah, and like, can I have my money back? Like,
yeah,
$200.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I sue you for malpractice?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I waited in line like 2 hours, and then I get to this clinic and I'm like, yeah, I'm like sick. And I'm like, can I get a COVID test? And she was like, why do you need a COVID test? And I was like, what? Dude, can you ask that? Like, just made me feel like such a bitch. Just like, what do you need one for? And I'm like, come on, man.
There was some medical examiner in Mississippi who was like, they asked him and he was like, I don't know about COVID deaths because we don't do COVID tests. Like, we don't do that here. So, like, when people die, I guess they don't test for COVID.
That's not on the menu here.
I couldn't tell you. Yeah. So there's probably been at close to 1 million deaths, if not already, because there's a lot of numbers that weren't counted.
I like when you see tweets that are like, I'm not like a conspiracy guy or anything, but tweets that are like, China only had 200 COVID deaths in the past 2 years. And I'm like, well, I don't know about. They're like, no, you look at their numbers and you're like, all right. I don't know if we believe that. Come on now.
That's what's so funny when like on Twitter, people will be like communist Twitter or whatever will be like, when China like controls everything, it's going to be, and it's like, I feel like I don't like our government, but I don't know if China's necessarily better,
But
like
I feel like they do more though.
What do they do?
They lock people up. No,
their police are even more dangerous. It's awesome.
Yeah, well, that's why
you keep hearing about them like building highways and stuff. And
okay, yeah.
They're super highways, and then they banned crypto, which is like kind of cool.
That is
I mean, I own some Ethereum and some Shiba Inu coin. I have 5 million Shiba Inu. I got it for like $300. I've never had 5 million of anything in my life, so that's like pretty cool.
It's gonna be great that your kid's gonna grow up to be like, yeah, my father's got 5 million Shiba Inu, whatever it's fucking called. I don't even.
Yeah.
You're the first in a long line of cryptocurrency miners. Just my father owned cryptocurrency.
My father owned crypto. My father's father owned crypto. I got a long line. I come from a long line of men owning "fuck my ass" coin. You know, we're very wealthy. We're fucking very wealthy Boston family.
Yeah.
No, dude, I have Ethereum too, but I just don't want to check it anymore. You know, I check it like once every 3 days, and I'm like,
taking a shit right now.
Yeah, it's down big time. The fuck.
It's down to like $3
it's
grand.
Stressful.
Yeah.
Should we be buying it right now? Is that the
you know, it's funny because like every time it goes down, people are like, that's it, it's over. But then it always kind of like bounces back. But Bitcoin hit 60,000 and now it's at 40,000, which is like a pretty big, you know, like it's a pretty big fall. So I don't think it's going to go back to 60,000 anytime. But now Ethereum is back to 3,200.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be back to 60,000 anytime soon. Bitcoin, you know?
Yeah. Well,
if we plug it on this podcast, it'll go up.
Oh, right.
It'll spike. Right. It will spike.
There's going to be a spike in ETH after this.
Yeah,
it seems like drops.
It seems like 6 people bought Bitcoin after they listened to our podcast.
Nice. The name of the game is pump and dump. Yeah.
Classic.
It's weird because like when it's low, you're like, shit, I gotta like get out. Like your instinct is never to be like, oh, I gotta buy more. Not that I have any money to buy more. But then when it's high, because when it's been like, you know, it got up to like 4,800 or something. Ethereum. I have one Ethereum.
I have one Ethereum too. I bought it at like 1,000, and like when it got up to like 4,800, I sent my girlfriend a screenshot. I'm like, we're going to Paris this summer, you know.
Which is,
and then like it goes back to 3,000, and I'm like, we need to not use the heat this month, okay?
But then what are you gonna do? Like not enjoy your life? I mean, but you never think to sell it when it's high. Like it was pretty high, my crypto portfolio, but that's not when you're thinking like, oh, I got to get out.
No, there's just something like that goes on in like my fucking monkey brain. I'm just like, ooh, numbers go up. Ooh, numbers go down. Shit. And it's just more about the trajectory of like the numbers more than like it is for me, you know what I mean? Like than like making any money. I'm just like, ooh, numbies go high.
Right.
Wow.
But that part of it is fun. Like I feel like putting your money in the stock market or in crypto, like it's so much fun that it's almost worth the thousands of dollars that you put into it. Like even like losing your money losing 56% of your money is kind of fun.
It's
like,
a fun game.
You can come back. Yeah.
Do you like gambling?
I do, but I don't do it that much because I would like.
I don't either, but I do like it. Like whenever I would do like a casino gig, I would like.
Blow all of the money.
Oh, I would blow, dude. I would get like $200, $300 off just like some bullshit gig, and then like, but so excited. I'm like, I can't wait to go play blackjack.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing, though. You know, it's the high of just losing the money.
Ryan, we lost like all of our money at that bar one time in like
Fargo,
South Dakota or North Dakota.
North Dakota, because they have gambling in the bars, which is so fucking insane. But
so you do the bar show and then you're like, great.
Yeah, I don't need the money.
Let's lose it.
Yeah, this is how I wouldn't be able to pay my $500 rent, is because I would just spend it immediately. Did you guys see that NFT that guy made to memorialize his wife on Twitter? But it was like,
that was crazy.
He's like fucking his wife in it.
Dude,
dude, like the woke mob is coming after me. They hate.
Dude, I was eating lunch with my dishwasher at work, and and he's like, so what do you into? And I was like, I don't know, I like doing comedy, playing music, shit like that. I was like, what about you? And he's like, I'm into NFTs. And I'm like, no you're not, man. You're a dishwasher.
I love the idea of this guy trying to like explain any facet of this to his wife that died like 2 years ago. He's like, no, it's not a gift. It's like there's like a paper or there's a trail on it. They're always apes. They're not always fucking, no, but it's like it's like I was memorializing. It was a thing of love, that's why I'm fucking you in the ass in this as a monkey in this cartoon that people are buying.
Yeah,
Well,
that's how you got to do it.
Was she a crypto god too?
I don't know, but he posted a picture of her and she was pretty hot. So there you go.
So
maybe he did the right thing. Maybe this guy, he's playing 4-dimensional chess, and we're sitting.
I don't know.
Here.
NFT seems. I don't even want to get into like that.
Yeah.
No.
I don't get it at all.
No.
But
I don't know. Like I just I had a friend who made like I was at the bar with him, and he's like, he's not like. He doesn't have to get a job this year because he's like, yeah, I bought an NFT for $200 and sold it for $50,000. And I'm like,
yeah, I don't understand how
he must have gotten
works.
Insanely lucky though, right?
He got insanely lucky.
Yeah.
See, but those are the stories that then you hear and you're like, maybe it's like the lottery. It's just the lottery for people who are like understand the internet a little bit more, who don't smoke as many cigarettes. That's all it is.
It's just a lottery for guys with dead wives.
Playing the dead wife lottery.
Yeah, this guy struck it rich in the dead wife lottery.
Yeah.
And there's so many guys who have dead wives that make NFTs of them. Their wives getting fucked.
Absolutely insane to be like, your wife dies and you're like, all right, what are we gonna do in the NFT world?
Dude, I can't wait. I can't wait to
turn this.
I can't wait to watch the History Channel in 50 years when they're just like, it was a big turning point for NFTs when that man posted one of him fucking his monkey wife.
Yeah.
It revolutionized the world of NFTs.
Yeah, that guy ended up like the guy who founded McDonald's. He's the next Ray Kroc.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he's gonna be off this planet, like he's gonna be in space when everything else is burning. So I mean, good for him,
Yeah, that would be cool.
God, dude.
I did hear that it like with the NFTs, it's basically it's like a grift now because all the people who they're all controlled by like a really small amount of people, and so it's like they do the insider trading type stuff to kind of decide which next ones are going to be hot. That's why the Bored Ape thing seems so random, but it's not. It's orchestrated.
It somehow made it more legitimate, like the actual world of like fine art, where it's like it actually is just controlled by a few, like
pedophiles, like fucking freaks.
Also, dude, you know what else I don't like about NFTs? How somebody told me the N stands for the N word. I don't like that. I don't want to buy it.
Someone did tell you that.
This homeless guy told me that. He screamed it at me. I was in my car.
Yeah, that's wild. Damn.
Yeah, dude. A homeless guy demanded I sent him an NFT.
I don't even know like how you would purchase one. Dude,
I don't either. Yeah.
Like, can you do it?
You probably have to buy it with crypto, right?
I think you have to buy it with Ethereum is the thing, but I don't know like where you would go to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just me like in the subway being like, where y'all can get some NFTs around here? Where's the NFT store?
I came to New York City to buy some NFTs.
Just running into GameStop. Is this where it goes down?
Howdy, y'all. I'm from Arkansas and I'm just trying to buy an NFT.
But even with like crypto, which is like the thing that I kind of understand a little better because it's like, I get crypto because it's like computer money, it's like coins.
Yeah.
But then like everything, but that doesn't make sense because everybody's like, oh, it's going to democratize like money and it's going to make it, it's going to make it easier for people to like use the blockchain or whatever. But it doesn't seem like that. It doesn't seem like there's any utility, right? To like even Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Yeah. There is utility. We need to establish a currency to do illegal shit.
Yeah.
That's the utility. It's like, okay, so like the government controls all like transactions, online transactions. Right. It's hard to fucking carry $50,000 if you're trying to sell a child, if you're trying to sex traffic somebody, it's okay, let's create it's just a new currency to do bad things and then to
Right.
talk about it with your boys at the bar. Okay.
This
Right.
is the whole
That's-
point of it,
Yeah,
right?
to
here, is this
scream
Zoom
about
call.
it at your
Yeah.
boys with the bar.
Yeah.
Also, dude, I hate to do this. Do you know what we're at time wise?
No, we're probably at like an hour.
Okay, my phone is like about to die, and then my ex-girlfriend's
Should
gonna
we
come
do?
over,
Okay. Should we
so-
get into our listener apology then?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do the
it.
listener.
Okay,
apologies.
hey listeners, if you want to explain NFTs to us, you can write in at grantwinklescomedy.com. Grant, is that correct?
Yeah, that's
Slash
right.
We Cool Podcast.
Slash We
yeah.
Cool Podcast. Okay.
Or you can also create me a website. You can just ryancallcomedy.com.
Yep.
Create that.
Or you can always just send me a DM and say, hey, Tommy, I really like your not annoying voice. I think your voice is perfectly fine and cool.
Yeah.
And you're welcome to DM me as well. Mike, we have a listener apology. So let's get into it. So yeah, I would like to demand an apology from my former/current roommate. She is currently living with her parents in Wisconsin, despite being on our lease and paying rent every month. Our apartment is in the Twin Cities. There's tension in the house brought on by the fact that she cheated on her boyfriend, who is a very good friend of mine and is the person who connected us together. All right. This is why she currently does not live in our apartment because of the shame. Yet she continues to pay rent every month, which is a pretty good deal, not gonna lie. However, my problems with her do not stem with the infidelity she perpetuated. Wow. 4 months after this revelation, I could care less about that. I demand an apology from her because in moving back to her parents in Wisconsin, she took her cat Eddie with her. Eddie and I had become very close since she had moved in the apartment with me, taking on his primary caretaker duties on account of my roommate being gone all the time. During her time in our apartment, she would leave for weeks at a time on solo camping trips, leaving Eddie in my care. I've accepted that this friendship I once had with her is basically over, but I feel cheated on by her taking Eddie from me. Boys.
Well, real quick, bold of you to want to read an apology with so many big words in it, Tommy. Good job.
I got to be honest, man. That
You
was
stumbled,
extremely difficult for me.
You stumbled, but you didn't fall down, buddy.
I for sure stumbled. It was not pretty. I did get there at the end.
Yeah.
It was
Just
nice.
just reading the word infidelity and perpetuated out loud.
You actually got that one wrong. It was perpetrated, but
Perpetrated.
it's close.
You know,
You
it
made
was
more difficult.
Yeah.
It was difficult. It was a struggle. It wasn't fun. So I would like to demand an apology from this listener for, hey, let's make things easier on the dumbest guy on this podcast.
Yeah.
Okay?
Tighten it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do we think, fellas?
Well, she just misses the cat.
Yeah, which is
That's the
fair, but
gist.
I think you have a pretty sweet deal having a roommate who just doesn't live in your apartment. Honestly,
Dude, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Living alone rules. It's awesome.
Yeah,
You just get to do whatever you want. You don't have
So,
to
like-
worry about when you have to clean shit. You just go ahead.
Yeah, I had the house to myself yesterday for like 2 hours. I almost died.
Really?
Yeah, like I was just so happy. Not that I don't love my family. I mean, I love having people in the house, but it's just like, it just hasn't. It's been so long since I could just do whatever I wanted.
Dude, it's incredible.
Yeah.
And you take like weird ownership over the stuff that's in your apartment when you're alone there that you don't really have when you're with somebody. It's like, this is my fucking kitchen, man.
I just put my finger in my ass for 2 hours. I mean, I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
My fingers infected.
My
fingers all swollen. My wife's like, what are you doing, man? Red and swollen.
Yeah, dude.
No, you gotta take the wins where they come. It does suck to have a pet that you love that was taken from you. Like that's not.
Yeah, but also that's like
people.
That's a little bit less responsibility too, you know. Like, so that's kind of nice, you know.
Yeah, I wouldn't want a pet. That's too much responsibility. But if you need to get the pet, steal the pet back, you know.
Yeah.
I'd say commit a crime. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It does feel that, it feels like they're focusing on the wrong things. Like the fact that the roommate cheated on the boyfriend who is good friends of this person. Like maybe that's a bigger issue than the missing cat. I don't know, but maybe not. I don't really give a shit about that.
Well,
either.
no, because why does that affect you?
I mean, finger your asshole. You heard Mike.
Yeah.
Get in there. You know, get in your asshole. Finger around, mess around a little bit.
Yeah.
And it'll take your mind off.
You don't
the
even
cat
have to. You don't even have to fuck around with it. Just stick it up there. Leave it up there for a little bit.
Stick it up there. Make sure it's swollen. You know, and go. Damn, this rules. This is awesome.
Mm-hmm. Enjoy your time. Enjoy your time on this earth.
Yeah.
And with your apartment.
Dude, I had such a great time when my girlfriend went home for the holidays.
Yeah. It sucks that she's sitting across from you while you say this.
I was sick. Yeah, she's in the other room. I was sick, which did suck. But you are alone in the apartment, going like, "This is a great."
Yeah, dude.
I can't.
You get some nice bath towels and like a candle. That's all you fucking need. Like some microwave meals. You're living. What else do you want? You know?
Yeah, porn on the laptop, dude.
Yeah. On her laptop. You're watching porn on her laptop.
Yep. That's how you do it.
It is true though how much of a tonic it can be to just have like a little bit of alone time. Like I'm on vacation with my girlfriend right now, and so we're just like together the whole fucking time, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like she like went for a walk the other day, and I was just sitting in the Airbnb like scrolling on my phone, just like, this is the fucking life right here. Finally, the real.
Have you guys had a
vacation.
vacation fight? Yeah.
No, not yet. No.
A vacation fight can be brutal.
It's coming. It's coming. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Any final thoughts?
No,
if there's a war photo museum, if you want to get some alone time, that's a good place to do that. Because I went to Croatia a few years ago, and just like I was like, I want to go to the war photo museum, and my wife was like, I don't want to do that. So that was the only time that we were separated. So it's it was win-win, because she got to go to the beach, and then I got to go to the museum and look at photos of like dead bodies.
Yeah, the horrors.
The horrors of war. Yeah,
I go to the Holocaust Museum, once a week, just to clear my mind.
Gotta have some me time.
Just to chill out, wind down.
That's a good selling point for the Holocaust Museum. Like, come by. Your wife probably won't want to go. Just some alone time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kick back. There's a bar,
Yeah.
Put a bar at the Holocaust Museum.
That'd be a fun commercial.
Yeah, there should be. Enjoy a refreshing Coors Light at the Holocaust Museum,
so the boys can hang out.
Yeah.
Knock a few back.
I'm not trying to be like cool or anything. I mean, I do love my wife.
Yeah.
No, yeah, alone time is very nice.
There's nothing funny about saying that you love your wife,
Yeah.
So
yeah. No,
I'll just
but
say that
alone
her
time is
family's
really
a
nice.
bunch of animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's wrap this fucker up. Mike, dude, thank you so much for coming on and doing the podcast.
Yeah.
Man.
Thanks for having me.
I'll
be in Minneapolis this weekend at the Sisyphus Brewing Company with Evan Williams. So we hope to see you there.
Yes, sir.
Definitely go check out Mike.
Shows.
Guys,
Friday
go to
Saturday.
Sisyphus. See Mike. Mike, you're one of the best comics. We really appreciate you coming on.
Thanks.
I opened up for you at Comedy Corner, and it's fucking awesome, man.
At the
Incredible
festival?
joke writer. Yeah.
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 That
So
was
go
fun.
see Mike, you guys.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we're stoked.
Mike, you're still doing the sit down?
Yeah, but I'm kind of like, I think it's on its last legs. I might.
Okay.
I think I'm starting a new one with a couple guys. So
All right.
next month. But
Cool.
yeah.
Well, don't listen.
I
Don't
think
listen to Mike's old podcast. Listen to his new one when it
No,
comes
you can
out.
listen to it. It's out. The Sit Down with Mike Recine. You can hear Mike. And then I did a little short film with my baby on YouTube. It's called Little Star. So
Is that the one with
Ian?
with Ian?
Yeah.
I saw that. That was
That's
very
funny,
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fight scene was very. How many did that take you guys a lot of takes? I feel like I was just imagining how much you guys would just be cracking up.
it was just figuring out exactly what was going to happen because I wanted more, like I wanted more blood, but that didn't end up working.
Yeah.
And then I wanted it to be like longer, and then I wasn't sure if but I think we got the right. It was the right
Yeah.
length and
Yeah,
everything.
it was great, man.
It was really
Yeah, it was
funny.
great.
Also, go follow Mike. Follow Mike on social media, but also your TikTok is what I think
Oh, thanks.
kind of really came together during the pandemic. You made a lot of funny TikToks with your wife
Yeah.
and stuff like
Thanks.
that. And yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on there.
Thanks.
So yeah, check out
Yeah.
Mike on everything, you guys.
Yeah. And that's it, right? I'll be there doing the shows with Mike, so come say hi. And yeah. You guys got anything?
Follow me on Instagram. I'm on a few bar shows in the next couple weeks, and COVID doesn't exist, and
remember that
in the bar. So when you're doing comedy, so come through.
I'll be at the roast of 2021 show at First Avenue. I think that's Friday or Saturday, and then
Tight.
probably I'm gonna go hang out at Sisyphus too that weekend. So fucking go see Mike. Very funny.
Hell yeah.
Go see fucking Mike, dude.
Fucking go see Mike.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Come on. All right.
God.
All right, guys. We really gave our best this time.
We really tried our best, Mike. Thank you.
Yeah. It was fun.
Yeah, thanks, man.
All right, see you, man.
See ya.
All righty, gang. For Grant, Mike, and Tommy, I've been Ryan Collis on the Week Cool Podcast. Fucking thank you. Bye.
Bye.